What's going on, everyone? SJ Collectibles back with another toy unboxing and review video. And in this one, as you can see, I have the entire line of the loose packed Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem figures from the new movie. I found all these at my local Walmart in one of those cardboard display stands they've been putting out. And it was definitely a change to find every single figure in one location. As a collector, it's nice for a change to find everything and not have to hunt around at 10 different stores until you find what you're looking for. Save the gas, etc. These figures retailed for $9.97 at my Walmart before tax, so that was nice as well, especially for what you get for your money. And they definitely do hit a very nostalgic note. Personally, I'm not the biggest turtle fan, so seeing these in person, all in one place, it definitely was an instant buy just because of the really cool designs they have with the art style that they decided to do for this new movie. And the overall designs are really cool as well. I love all the little unique accessories they all have, and we'll get into that as we look at each one individually. So let's get right into this review and start things off with Splinter. So first, every figure has this really cool cardboard packaging with the regular toy box that they come in now, or always have. But it shows all the characters in the line with the cool art design that they chose for the movie. And I also love that every figure includes one of these sprue picks with extra weaponry, and not just the framing, but this is actually like a weapon stand, and it does stand freely. And for Splinter, he has his bow and arrows. He has dual walking daggers, and he has two of these ninja stars, but his main weapon accessory he comes with is his walking stick, and it does, just like the classic figure, it comes out to show this dagger as well. And it does, you got to make sure you put it back in there right or it won't go in. But for Splinter's bio, it says Splinter, rat dad / sensei. Splinter is coping with the fact that his 4 sons are growing up. He's made a wonderful sewer home for his family, but now his sons need independence, and New York needs his sons. And the weapons is his walking stick sword, dream to protect his sons. I think that's any father's main dream in life. So in all, I really like Splinter's design. He's got this really cool rat look, and you can see he has some nice sculpting, and with the fur, and he's got these glasses, which are removable, but I was afraid to lose them, so I just put a little dab of super glue and stuck them into the little peg holes that they have, so I would not lose them. So, because honestly, I like the overall look with the glasses, but he does have leg articulation. He has this weird hinge joint, so you can't really go outwards, and if you do decide to do that, it kind of throws the overall aesthetic of the leg sculpt over, so you're kind of stuck with the legs being like this, and that's pretty much the overall sculpt for all the figures for the most part. But he's got a ball joint arm, ball joint on the elbow, and wrist articulation, head articulation. It's just a cut joint, there's no ball joint or anything, and no waist articulation. Okay, and then he has tail articulation, but with his the soft rubber, it kind of just swivels side to side a little bit. He honestly doesn't have the best stance. It kind of takes a minute to. It's kind of a wonky stance that he has just because of not having knee joints or anything. So I feel that kind of hinders him a little bit. So you kind of just have to have him lean on his walking stick, and you can kind of get a pose like that. He still looks really good though, and I love his overall design. So yeah, that's Splinter. Overall, I like this figure a lot. So now let's move on to the leader of the turtles. Alright, so here he is, Leonardo. He's always been my favorite turtle, and I love the expression that he has on his face. Every one of these belts has a little peg, and their belts are removable. You can take his dual swords and you can put them onto his back, which I think is awesome. Like so. Looks really cool. He has, again, shoulder rotation, elbow rotation, hand rotation, no waist, that odd leg rotation with a knee rotation, foot articulation, and they do have a ball joint head. Yeah, this is a really cool figure. And what I really like about these turtles is every one of them is a different design. They are not all of the same body type, so I really love that as well. For the most part, they are not the same. So other accessories he comes with is his baby turtle, himself as a baby turtle, and then he also comes with the sprue as a weapon stand. He has 2 ninja stars, 2 of these, oh man, I forget what these are. I just think of the weapons Cabal uses for Mortal Kombat. A piece of pizza and a little dagger. And then you can look at his bio card. It says Leonardo. Leo's the leader. Well, he wants to be. He dreams of leading his brothers to become an unstoppable crime-fighting team. So what if no one takes him seriously? Weapons, twin katana, dream to be a fearless leader. So overall, I really, really like this figure a lot. And he looks overall really freaking cool. So let's move on to the next one. Alright, next we got Raphael. Again, another unique design. Like I said, all of the figures are not the same body type. As you can see, Raphael is a lot bulkier in his design, and he looks really freaking cool. He's got twin size, and they can be stored on his belt, like so. Again, you can pop the button on the belt, and they can come off, but you can put his size like that onto his belt. And then he has a ball joint neck again. I like how his bandana is and overall goes over the top of his head, unlike, Raphael. Or sorry, Leonardo. That's just like the tied back fabric. So his goes over his entire head, top of his head. But he has, the ball joint neck, swivel arm, elbow articulation, hand articulation, the leg articulation, knee articulation, and swivel foot articulation. So you can get pretty wide range of pose, but with that lack of leg articulation, I think it still, again, kind of hinders the overall amount of movement you can get out of these guys. But the overall design of these figures is so cool. I love how Raphael looks a lot. Looks so freaking awesome. So try and stand him back up straight. Alright. I like his face too. He's got that pissed off look, since he is the angry one, as it says on the front of the box. So as far as accessories go, you get his twin size. You get him as a baby turtle. So again, they're all the same. All the same figure, or all the same mold, just different colors that match the color of the figure plastic. And then you get your sprue, weapon stand, you get a dagger, you get his ooze canister, you get these throwing daggers, you get a piece of pizza and a star. And for his bio readout, it says, Raphael. Raph likes to break things. In fact, His biggest goal is to punch someone so hard they throw up. But beneath his hard head and tough exterior is a sensitive turtle, just looking for someone to talk to. His weapons are twin size. Dream to be a mixed martial arts fighter. Alright, so really like this Raphael figure, and definitely looks great with his own unique design next to the other ones. Okay, so now we're moving on to the next one. Alright, so now we got Donatello, and I really love Donnie's design. Again, has his own unique sculpt. Maybe the legs are the same. Yeah, they're pretty much the same figure, I'll say. But he has some really cool accessories with him. He has his own little glasses, and they peg in back on the back of it, but I put a little dab of super glue because they fell off pretty easily. He comes with the headphones, and to put them on, I just popped the head off and just slid them on and then put the head back on. He's got this little fanny pack with a cell phone in it, and it wraps around and hooks to his belt, and you can take his staff and you can put it into the holster that's on his belt, and he just overall looks so freaking cool. This is probably my favorite one. I just love the look of Donnie so much in this figure line. But again, the same articulation as all the other ones so far. And as far as weapon accessories go, you have the weapon stand again with another staff with a blade on the end, a piece of pizza, a throwing star, a pair of nunchucks, and a ooze canister. And you also get another baby turtle in the same mold, but with the color of his skin. And as far as character bio readout, it says Donatello, Donnie is devastatingly smart and not afraid to let you know it. His intellectual self-assurance... Oh, man. Sorry. I'm good with words, but, man, that's a lot of big words in one big-ass sentence. May come across as arrogance, but it's just that his brain is thinking so many steps ahead that he's paralyzed with indecision. Weapons, bow staff, dream to be a game developer by day, K-pop star by night. Okay. Yeah. So, yeah, I really like Donnie. Probably my favorite figure in the line, like I said. So, yeah, let's move on to the next one. Alright, now we finally get to Michelangelo, and I love this figure as well. I love his expression on his face, and he just is an overall really cool looking figure. Again, different body sculpt. The legs are a lot shorter. He's definitely the shortest one out of all the figures, and I really love that about this figure as well. I think even, yeah, it's even a different arm sculpt. His arms are a lot smaller, and yeah, so definitely the smallest of all the figures. But he has a really cool face expression, really cool overall sculpt, and he comes with his nunchucks, which are in a pretty cool dynamic pose, and you can take them and you can put them onto his belt. And what I like is this curved part of the nunchuck with the chain. I like to just put that facing inwards. If you put it the other way, it looks kind of weird with that facing out. If you want to get fancy and you want to do some work to these, you could honestly take that off and put a real chain on it, which would make these look a lot cooler. But, you know, they are what they are, and just going to leave them how they are. And it looks pretty cool on his back, honestly. Or you could have them, I think it would make more sense being like this, honestly, now that I think about it. It's a chain, it'd be hanging down. So, there. Looks better like that. There you go. And with the weapons on his back, his weight still keeps him from falling over. He has the same articulation as all the other ones, except he is the smallest of all of them. And he looks he looks really cool. He has his weapon stand, and he's got another bladed weapon on a chain. He's got a set of nunchucks, but they are microphones. He's got a little piece of pizza, ooze canister, and 2 throwing stars. And his package, his bio readout, it says Michelangelo, Mikey is the comedian. Too bad his brothers don't think he's that funny. He might not be the best at ninjutsu or waking up on time or even hygiene, but you can always count on Mikey's positive attitude. His weapons are his nunchucks, and his dream is to be a stand-up comedian. His other accessory he comes with, again, is another one of these molded turtles and his skin color. So now we can bring all 4 of the turtles in. Now that we've showed them all off, and we can set them all up together, so you can see what they all look like as a team. And they look so cool. I love these figures, man. I just love all the different molds. They just are all their own little unique design. So I definitely love that about these figures a lot. So now we will get into the mutants of the movie, and we'll take a look at Superfly first. Alright, so I really like this figure. Just seeing it in person, I was like, man, just a really cool design. I just always think of, Brundlefly from the Fly movie with Jeff Goldblum all the time when I like Baxter or stuff like that. So, but I just like the design of this figure. He looks so freaking cool. He's got these semi-translucent wings that are off his back in the package, but you just pop them on. As far as articulation goes, he's got swivel arm and elbow and no hand articulation. He has got these little hands, but they do not have any articulation. He's got that weird joint at the hip, but he does have knee articulation, and that's it. So you can get a nice dynamic pose with him. And then he does have another swivel arm joint here, but that's it for articulation. Then his claw moves, so his arm is really just stuck with this kind of weird bulge, and then he has a swivel neck, so you can get him in a cool flying pose if you wanted to. He has this gun weapon that he comes with, and then he has all these fly swatter looking weapon, and I don't know, some vials, and what is that? Like a chemical bottle. So, and I am not sure what the heck that is at all. It's just kind of hard to tell with the lack of detail in this molded plastic. I don't know what that is. If someone knows, just let me know. Yeah, someone knows more than I do about this character. But looking at his package, his name is Superfly, a highly intelligent humanoid fly. Superfly has lived in hiding his entire life, slowly amassing power in the criminal underworld. He is clever, charismatic, and confident, and behind those eyes lies a sinister plan that is like anything the Turtles have faced before. Mutant Menace Meter. And he's got 5 of these canisters. So I'm pretty sure out of all of them, yeah, he's got the most. So main villain of the movie, I haven't seen it yet. I know it came out today, but I'm assuming he's the main villain of the movie, just by the amount of canisters he has. So really like this figure a lot. Really cool overall aesthetic as far as the figure goes. And when you bring him in, I don't know what the scale is to all the characters in the movie, but if I bring in Raphael, who's the biggest turtle, he definitely is taller than your main villain. If he's the main villain, it's kind of weird. But I don't know. Maybe for packaging purposes, they shrunk the villains down, because it's the same way with Bebop and Rocksteady. Kind of weird. But anyway, let's move on to the next one. Alright, next is Leatherhead, and this is definitely my favorite of the villain characters. He was the one that I could not, I actually had to hunt for. He was not on the display. He was the hardest one to find, in my area at least. But I just really love this figure. He looks so cool. He has this sawed-off shotgun and this dagger, and his other shoddy that I put into his holster on his back. Those are also on his weapon sprue. He has a little trap, and it looks like a fishing reel. So, yeah, overall, really cool figure. He's got these night vision goggles and, this really cool hat with these bones on it, and he has a swivel on his tail on a joint like that. He's got leg articulation, knee articulation, no foot art. Wait. Damn. Yeah, they put foot art articulation in his little tiny feet. That's pretty cool. He does have elbow articulation and hand articulation, along with upper arm articulation, and his neck moves on that joint, pivot joint. The holster is removable, and he does have a removable jacket as well. So, yeah, this figure is really cool. I like him a lot. And he just stands really cool. Also, I'll give him his weapon back. As far as character bio readout, it says Leatherhead. Leatherhead is proud to be a mutant, and all in on Superfly's plan to make more of them. They are down for causing destruction and mayhem, especially if it means getting to make a few big boom buzz. His mutant menace meter is 3 canisters. So, again, Superfly is definitely the main villain of the movie. Alright, yeah, so this is my favorite of all the mutant figures, and standing next to the other turtles, I'll bring in Mikey. You can see they stand about the same height. So yeah. Alright, let's go to the next. Alright, so now we got Bebop, and he has a really cool design. He's like an overweight hog. So yeah, he's got this really cool head sculpt with some classic style glasses and this pink mohawk. He's got these soft plastic shoulder shells. He's got nice articulation on the arms and hand rotation. No waist articulation, but he has that weird leg articulation. He's got weapon with a drill end on it, but on his sprue he does have like his classic weapon that he has, and he's got a nice barbed wire bat and a trash can lid and a knife. So we'll bring in Leonardo, and you can see his overall height. They're about the same size. So I don't know if the proportions are right to the new movie. Again, haven't seen it yet, but I can bring in a classic Bebop, and they're about the same height. Classic's a little bit taller. This is the re-release. So yeah, if you can go like this, Classic's a lot more taller. But overall, this is a really cool figure. And you can bring in his bio, and it says Bebop. Bebop may be a jacked up warthog mutant, but he likes to roll in style. He's always sporting some killer shades and is never too far from his boombox. He's got his mutant menace meter is 3 canisters, just like the other one so far. And he is a really cool figure. So let's move on to his counterpart. All right, last we got Rocksteady, and this is my least favorite figure. I just do not like the design of the figure, really the character in general. I just do not like this joint they decided to go with on his head. It just makes it look really weird if you have it in any other position besides straight on. Plus he's really, really short. Yeah. You bring in his classic figure, which is one of my favorite figures ever made. Yeah, you can definitely see this is a way cooler figure. But he's got his elbow articulation, arm articulation, regular leg articulation, and knee articulation. hand articulation. And his sprue has the sewer lid, a knife, a hammer. He's got his classic weapon, and also this other, looks like an M60 almost. So, yeah. This is, I saved the worst for last. Honestly, I do not like this figure at all. But you can watch his character bio, and it's rock steady, built like a tank. Rocksteady has pure mutant muscle, whether it's from his fists or his horn. You do not want to take a hit from this guy. He and Bebop make a dangerous duo, but their brains are what some may consider small, even for morons. His mutant menace meter is 3 canisters. And yeah, you can bring in Bebop with him, and they look cool as a duo together. I just do not like this figure, but I do like Bebop. But in all, this is a really cool toy line. Definitely recommend them all. I'm sure with the movie coming out, a lot of them will be harder to find now. Probably Superfly being, I'm assuming, the main villain will probably be the hardest one to find. And then the Turtles will be harder to find now too. But yeah, bring them all in here for one final group shot. And hope you guys liked the review. Tell me what you guys think in the comment section below. And if you're not subscribed to the channel, please feel free to. I try and update it as much as I can as I get new stuff, and I work on a lot of custom things as well. So yeah, just check it out and tell me what you guys think. And, you know, we'll go from there. So, as always, this is SJ Collectibles saying toys keep you young. And as always, happy hunting out there, everyone. Until the next one, take it easy, guys.